He was taunted.
He fell out of his chair.
Yeah, you best believe it's time to look back at some of those fall out of your chair, make you want to smash your monitor type of plays. You best believe we are counting down the top 10 plays from Split 1 action in 2025 across the globe. And we begin in Europe with one of the upstart rookies. We're talking Pantheon jungle for Skewmon, who first picks up the Baron in easy fashion, but then it looks like it's a completely lost fight for G2. They got members dropping all over. It ends up being a 4v2, but how can we save it? It is the Pantheon dip ducking in and out of the bush in a 2v4. This is a 6-0 insanely fed Varus, by the way, but the passive control is absolutely immaculate out of Skewmon to get the empowered E that gives him, we don't have the exact numbers, you can't see, but it's definitely double digit, maybe even dipping down to single digit life before he ends up getting the kill onto Varus. And Skewmon, by the way, this is single-handedly a 2k gold lead that he creates for G2. Even with the instant cleanse out of Noah, it's not enough. Pantheon reigns supreme yet again. Next up, we're moving to one of the many clips that we got out of Smash. This is the flank against Genji Game 3 scenario in a very close game where we have the instant cleanse, the instant flash away to pick off the two carries out of Genji in the backline. This is one of the many reasons why Smash continued to start over Guma. Starts with that flash engage by Owner, the flash ulti and shield out of Kyria's Lulu just to be involved in the play, get out of the Otacon damage. Absolutely clean confidence out of Smash, and you know when Koma and Mata are getting excited that this rookie is doing something right on the Rift. Next up, we got multiple Rumble plays to get through on this list, but this is your boy Hoya, and we're calling this one a trifecta because even though he whiffs the Rumble ulti, he perfectly flashes with the overheat to take down that kill, and then here comes Mr. Jun to clean up on the Xin Zhao. Should be business as usual. Look how low health the Rumble is, but one little sidestep on the spear is enough to completely outplay Jun, and that's another kill going on to Hoya. And as soon as he recalls, he comes in for a TP to secure yet another kill for his boy 1xN on Pays. 3 plays like that in about 30 seconds. Now we're going back to the LPL, a little NIP action. Mr. Leave on the Kai'Sa. Watch him. He gets popped. He cleanses the Sejuani ulti. He gets down to, I'm going to say, 3 health before he eventually goes invisible and then pops the ulti, survives with the perfect spacing to actually clean up the fight. But look how low this dude gets immediately. Even though the cleanse isn't instant, he's able to survive, dashes around with the invis, gets a massive shield, and nobody is able to hit him again as the positioning is just absolutely perfect and TikTok levels of Kai'Sa play. And let's highlight the dude again. This is absolutely insane. Watch Chachi first off on the Jhin with the instant cleanse to get into the ulti, but leave flashes in front of the bullet to save PP God's life. This is both AD carries mechanics being on display because Chachi, he does as much as he can. This cleanse is down to the pixel. He doesn't even break stride, but then leave flashes directly in front for the absolutely insane save on his boy PP God. Talking about insane AD carry 2v whatever plays, let's go to Aiming and Lucid in the 2v4 on, this is at least 10,000 years of Riot Games champion design, as in comes Zeka to try and clean up this play, and he's just, his ankles are absolutely broken at this point by Viego and Zeri. This was desperation out of DK. They have to force something. Obviously, Delight kind of face checks, and not a great idea, but a 3-man ulti for that Zeri really gets Aiming's damage to absolutely ludicrous numbers. Obviously, we're getting tons of resets for Lucid. Zeka just looks helpless here. He knows he's not able to do anything as he just watched his entire team get annihilated. Anybody like wombo combos? We got a couple of them closing out this list, starting with Zeus on the flank with his new squad. This is one of the first series we saw out of him. It starts with a sick engage by Delight, a 5-man toss into the wall from the Gnar, followed up by the Yone Ulte Bezeka. This is why, one reason why, Humble Life is the most terrifying team heading into first stand, and it is the absolute insane team fight synergy that we have seen time and time again from a couple of world champions and LCK champions, but Zeus corrals them all in with the perfect Mega Gnar timing, and Genji just gets absolutely dumpstered into the wall by the former best LCK top laner. And oh look, we got another wombo combo out of Hanwha. This is the 5-man Diana Yasuo combo. Hanwha ends up eventually losing this game, but this was one of the highlights of the entire season in the LCK. And before we even get the actual wombo combo, we got to appreciate Zeus baiting basically every single ability that T1 has, dodging, sidestepping charms, dashing back over the wall before the re-engage. The vision comes out of Peanut, and Zeka obviously is just mashing R on the sideline. 8k down, I think Hanwha was at this point, for them to get back into this game. A true definition of a wombo combo. And Peanut, obviously, this is the sight that you see for him coming in. Even with the knockup for Zeka, he gets a 2-man tornado, and you think, that looks good, maybe we should engage on that, but Peanut, no. He knows he's got a 5-man cooking in the back pocket. Somebody who was cooking all season is the Rookie of the Year already. We're dubbing him Kaliste on the Draven. We're going to play this one a couple of times because it's so clean. And if you've seen the behind the scenes, the reason he doesn't flash earlier is he clicked on the Kalista and knew that he didn't have enough mana for the Rend. But first, he's sidestepping 2 different CCs out of the Rel. This is where you'd think he would flash, but he knew the E wasn't ready before he flashes at the last minute to get the fade away. Even has early on the stand aside to delay the Kalista even getting over, but the fearless confidence out of this rookie is something else. There's probably 4 or 5 other highlights you could have picked, but this was the most insane one we got out of the French phenom in the bot lane. Wasn't enough to take the #1 spot because World's MVP Kingen showed up against KT Rolster. This is a 1v3, and the Leona leaves because he assumes he's got it. He gets down to 8% health, and both these guys are at full, but BDD runs out of cooldowns, and then it's an over-the-wall flame spitter. Kingen is yucking it up. He actually heals in this play. Here's the pro view. He didn't even know they were in there. The sick Rumble ulti forces Cuz to either walk over it or not be there at all. He flashes the Vault Breaker before he cleans up BDD. Heals just enough to survive the Vi, and then it's a little bit of alcove gaming. There's a reason the Kingen has a finals MVP under his belt.